is good, YouTube? Krishan checking back in with another video. Following Derek Lunsford's 2023 Mr. Olympia victory, I noticed that a lot of people are upset. Going through my comments, I would say about 80% of people preferred Hadi Choopan, and 80% is a lot of people. I've been rooting for Hadi to win another Olympia title since last year. I liked Hadi in prejudging, I liked Hadi in finals, but Derek Lunsford walked away with the title. And I don't want to say that Hadi Choopan got robbed, but this was definitely a questionable decision to say the least. I think that Derek Lunsford decisively beat Hadi Choopan in the back double bicep, and that's about it. Any other pose, it was either close or I definitely preferred Hadi. Now you guys can let me know in the comment section below if you disagree with it. But I think that Hadi Choopan dominated in the most muscular shot, showcasing a lot of detail, hardness, and density, and also more roundness than last year. And of course, I think the ab and thigh shot was another knockout shot for Hadi Choopan. The abs, the serratus, the separation is of course second to none. And I can see people saying that Hadi also dominated in the front lat spread as well as the front double bicep, but I really think the ab and thigh shot and the most muscular were absolute knockout shots for Hadi Choopan. And I don't really want to disagree with the judging. I just want to put my opinions out there. And keep in mind, guys, I watched the live stream. I've seen HD videos, HD pictures, but I was not at the show. And looking at this rear lat spread pose, I can definitely see an argument being made for Derek Lunsford just dominating this shot. Even though Hadi has a great back, the conditioning isn't even close. But let me know in the comment section below, what do you guys think about Derek winning the 2023 Mr. Olympia? But just my personal non-political thoughts, I liked Hadi Choopan at prejudging and finals, and even if it was a close show, I would think the nod would go to the champion who is improved. A lot of people say you have to knock out the champ. I think Derek Lunsford did in the back double bicep, but not anywhere else. And I'm not upset with this. I think Derek will be a great champion, but from what I've seen this weekend, a little bit questionable. Now, I want to talk about the guys that placed from 6th to 10th because we only highlighted 1st to 5th in the last video. So 6th place was Hunter Labrada. I think that Hunter brought a pretty good package to this year's Olympia, considering it was his third show of the year. I think that Hunter's midsection was a little bit of a mess at this show, and that held him back. Hunter could have also used a little bit more oil. Now, looking at his upper body, looking at the back, Hunter looked pretty conditioned, but I didn't really see much detail in the hamstrings and the glutes. And a lot of people are also upset that Hunter Labrada beat Michal Krizo. People are saying that Hunter robs at least one person every year, but I don't want to get too deep into that. It's always a lot of Hunter criticism. Hunter is now back in the top 6 and he improved on his placing from last year. Now let's talk about 7th place, Michal Krizo. Krizo brought a pretty good package to this show. As you guys can see from these images, he definitely brought the conditioning. But as we talked about in the prejudging video, Michal Krizo still needs to work on his stage presence and also just stepping up to fight for position with the guys. In a lot of the images, you can see that Michal Krizo is standing like 3 feet behind everyone and 3 feet off to the side, really making him look a lot smaller. But overall, I think Michal Krizo made great improvements over the past year. He moved up 5 places at this year's Olympia, arguably could have moved up a little bit more. And I'm pretty sure as long as Krizo continues to work on his stage presence, presentation, and still maybe a little bit more size on the legs, I think he'll move up even more next year. And let's talk about 8th place Tonio Burton. Tonio said his entire prep he was going to get into that top 10. And coming from a guy that didn't place at last year's Olympia, it sounded a little bit crazy to some people. But as I mentioned before, Tonio has all of the qualities of a great bodybuilder. He just needs a little bit more mass to be competitive with the top guys. And even with that being said, Tonio finished in 8th place. If he's able to maintain the lines, keep the waist in check, and slowly add on more size, I'm expecting Tonio to improve on that 8th place placing. Now in 9th place, finally cracking that top 10, we had Regan Grimes. So great to really see this man finally get in there. It almost reminds me of how we were all waiting on Wesley Vissers to finally make that top 10. But with Regan finally bringing the conditioning to the Mr. Olympia, we realize he still needs more size to be truly competitive. And I think that Regan was coming in a little bit more full to past shows to try to compensate for that lack of mass. But I'm pretty sure that Milos did his homework. He watched all the competitors and he knows what Regan needs to do to improve. And in 10th place, last but not least, Charles the Definition Griffen. And this guy has an incredible story. From tearing his pec in the beginning of the year, a lot of people thought he was going to be out, come back next year. Charles qualifies at the Legion Sports Fest, the last qualification of the year, and he sneaks into that top 10 at the Mr. Olympia. And I think that Charles is a very motivated guy, but with every win and every high placing, I think he gets a little bit more motivated. I'm looking forward to seeing a better Charles Griffen in 2024. Now, I did want to touch on the winner from the men's physique division, which was none other than Ryan Terry. And if you watch this show, I'm pretty sure after prejudging, we all knew who was going to win. And also, if you're a fan of men's physique, a lot of people have been saying for a very long time, Ryan Terry is one of the few guys that actually represents what men's physique is supposed to be. And in his 9th Mr. Olympia contest, Ryan Terry walks away with the title. But I hope you guys did indeed enjoy this video. And if you haven't done so already, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We still have a lot to talk about as far as Olympia coverage. We'll talk about the guys that placed 11th to 15th and also some of the guys that didn't place as well. But I'm Krishan from GOAT Fitness, and that's it. I'm out.